Hey you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another spiritual aspect video. As you can tell by the title below, we're going to be discussing how to cut off toxic people. Now I know there's a lot of different topics and advice and probably a lot of information on this topic already, but I kind of just wanted to step in and give my spiritual aspect to letting go of toxic people. This is something that really was on my heart. I really wanted to get this video out here because I have been sort of dealing with my own issues lately, cutting off toxic people in my own life. And when I tell you there's been a big shift in confidence, my happiness overall. And I think it's all because of sort of these tips that I've been following. So now this video is geared towards people who are dealing with toxic people right now. You want a new fresh start in your life. You're probably on a new spiritual journey. You want new and exciting people in your life, but it just kind of seems like the people around you are just bringing you down. And that's probably true, sis. That's probably what's going on, and there's nothing wrong with cutting them off. So let's get into these tips now. Now, please forgive me. I do have some notes down here in my booklet. I did want to write some things down. I do have a horrible short-term memory, and this will sort of just help me keep my train of thought. So I will be referring to this down here. What makes a person toxic? What I sort of came up with was, if you have people around you who's just, if you have a conversation with them and they're just emotionally exhausting or draining, they're always negative, they have nothing positive to say, nothing really going for themselves, just sort of dipping into drama here and there. I also have easily jealous, envious, overly defensive people. You ever try to give a little advice to somebody like that and they just kind of just just don't care, kind of going one ear and out the other, or they just kind of act they just have it all together, just not humble, not thankful, not grateful, constantly see one as a victim, doesn't want to change or level up or anything, putting others down, who's just always into drama, just evil, just mean people, and just overall just insane, probably doing something over and over and over and expecting a different result. That's sort of how I categorize toxic people. Of course, there's a lot of other things that goes under that umbrella of toxicity, and yeah, we're gonna figure out how to cut that off today. Number one, you have to protect your peace. Okay, and nowadays people just it's not as important anymore. It's just being in drama and just being filled with gossip and negative energy is just normal nowadays. People don't even bat an eye anymore if an inappropriate topic or conversation comes up. And we have to realize that that's actually most important. Our inner peace, our state of mind, how we are on a daily basis. We have to be in control of that. We have to protect that, and that comes with getting rid of all the toxic people, all of the again negative people in your life, because you have to understand what they're bringing constantly around you is going to essentially stick to you or rub off on you, and in that sense you will start to have those little traits that toxic person has, and that's probably the worst thing that you want. They are dangerous to our journey, and at this point you have to ask yourself, what am I gaining from this relationship? What am I losing in this relationship? Are you losing your mind? Are you losing your sanity listening to this person, just go on and on about nothing, essentially? You have to look at it that way, and protecting your peace, waking up every day and not have to hear about one's drama is a really, really good feeling. Okay. Number two, you won't die without them, okay? And vice versa. They won't die without you, okay? It's unfortunate, like if the toxic person is like your friends or, you know, your lover, whoever, you know, you're dealing with. It's unfortunate that you're kind of like torn in between the middle, but the fortunate part of it all is these people are replaceable, okay? And I'm talking family, I'm talking friends, associates, like they are replaceable. There are 7 billion people on this earth, and I think it's intended for us to get out and branch out and to meet new people, come in contact with new people, and even the bad ones. I think it's intended for us to run into toxic people and people who hurt us, essentially to make us stronger and to make us be more aware of, you know, of the people we want into our lives. So yeah, they are replaceable, and I think that's a good thing in the end, because you want people around you who's going to support you, who's on the same level as you, that has the same mindset as you. And I can honestly say, I think there's more good in this world than bad, honestly. There's nothing wrong with being alone. Like I think that's the best time to learn yourself, to sort of develop new habits, sort of figure out what it is that you want in a friendship or in a relationship, and sort of work on that. Take time to spend time with God and to ask those questions, and give God time to intervene, you know, especially if you're doing everything right. You know, you're letting go of toxic people, you're helping others, you're just being an overall good Christian. God will then send like people your way. I'm assuming the people you're dealing with are grown people, like they're adults. They can understand why it is you made this decision or don't want to be around them anymore. And if not, hey, again, they're an adult. They can take it however way they want, but it's not up to you to care about their happiness, especially if this is one of the toxic people that we're talking about. Like, it's time to get rid of them, okay? You can't feel obligated to their feelings. You can't be obligated to stick around or fix them or change them. Like, no, that's not how we want to handle people like that, okay? So moving on. Don't wait for an apology. Again, I'm talking to the ones who knows the toxic people, you know, they're questioning about. They know, they're aware of like certain people, you know, or have an inkling of some people who, you know, they might can cut off. And my thing is, when you finally get to that point, don't wait for an apology. Humans are all about getting closure, or, you know, getting the results that we want or that we're hoping for. But you have to understand, when dealing with people like that, it's probably never going to come, and you can't expect one either, okay? You can't expect an apology, because most likely this toxic person or people are usually irrational, self-centered, and probably think they've done nothing wrong. So you're probably going to be waiting on an apology for a long time. So don't base your closure on a final goodbye or a final apology. Like, it's probably not going to happen, sis, okay? And the closure is for you anyway, okay? It's not for them. It's not for them to even know. I mean, unless you want to explain, but it's really not for them. It's for you, you know, to gain clarity, to separate yourself from the situation. And once you realize they're not going to die without you, once you realize, you know, you don't have to wait on an apology, your closure, and once you realize it's more important to protect your peace, then you can start having less and less contact with the person or people you're talking about. And when I say that, it's not to be rude or mean or anything. Again, it's all about you. You have the power to cut these people off, like, especially if they're not doing you any good, they're not serving any purpose, they're more of a liability in your life than an asset. Like, yes, it's time to slowly, you know, let that person go, you know, or stop having contact a little bit at a time, you know, if you want to do it that way. And that includes like less text, less social media likes and clicks and all that, like all of that in one, because we have to start teaching people how to treat us, or there will be consequences, and one of those consequences should be the removal of a friendship or me in your life, or you have to look at it like that. You have to realize that you're an asset and realize all the great things that you bring to the relationship. And if that person's not reciprocating, or you're not getting that same effort, yeah, it's time to sever all ties. And I think the best way to do that is to kill them with silence. Like, I'm the type of person that I will leave a person in the tracks. Like, if you start to reveal who you really are, like I'm just that quick to stop it where it's at. Prolonging it is just not going to help. And plus it gives them wiggle room. The longer you draw it out, you still got their number, you're still like replying or dealing with the nonsense, like they have that wiggle room to wiggle right back into your life and continue to do the same BS. So maybe you'll start to see, like, they're not calling, they're not responding, they're not like hitting you up trying to see if you're just okay, or you'll start to see like they're only calling you when they need something or want something. Like, it'll start to reveal itself. And once you start distancing, like I said, like a lot will be revealed, and it might be revealed to them as well, like, hey, not really rocking with you like that right no more. So they can learn from it like that. Hey, sometimes you just gotta be like, you just cannot waste your time no more. Like, we're not wasting no time. Okay, next tip: pray for and focus on the good relationships that you have now. If you are lucky enough to have just like loving family and really good, reliable, dependent friends and a really good loved one by your side, like, focus on those relationships. Build that relationship, spend time with those people. When you start to hang around or bring around those negative people around like good people, then you will already know, you'll start to notice that people don't want to be around them. They'll, hey, is so-and-so there? Or, you hanging with so-and-so? Or, you coming with her? Or is he going to be there with you? Like, if you like have those type of people around you, like, those are just telltale signs that they have nothing in common with you. They have no business being in your life. And it's time to cut them off. You deserve to be happy, and they don't get to dictate your feelings on a day-to-day basis. They don't get to dictate your peace, and they don't get to take your joy from you. And if you're dealing with people like that, now is the time to just let it go, and I promise you it'll be like a weight lifted off your shoulders. And most importantly, pray. Let go of toxic people and pray for those good friends and relationships and business partners and good people who you want to encounter. Because I can tell you, I've been praying this prayer for a long time, and once I really let go of sort of everybody, I've started to notice like people just being more available in my lives. And right now I can honestly say I don't have any personal friends. I can probably count one friend on my hands, literally like one friend. She's not my friend, she's my sister. Like, she's like my sister. And other than that, I don't have girlfriends or Judies and things like that. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, because I am hopeful that is something I want to encounter, one day, have lots of girlfriends and women just like me, business partners, whatever. But I'm patient, and I know I prayed that prayer lots of times, but I was praying for family to show up. And God needs specific prayers. Okay, so now that I'm praying for more women like me in my life, more just like helpful, just encouraging, just uplifting, and who would just go that extra mile in a relationship. Like, I'm praying to meet more people like me, and I know God is really showing up in that area, because I don't want for anything. I have family now who I can count on, and I haven't had that in a long time. I really haven't. And now I'm just waiting patiently for God to bless me. And I know one day He knows I like to go out. He knows I like to, enjoy myself and have spa day, girls day, kitty day. Like, I'm hopeful and I'm grateful that I'm not rushing, into relationships, and I'm taking my time and really letting God just like handle all the light work for me, because that's essentially what He wants anyway. He wants us to pray and to wait and to trust Him in that process. So let's pray for and focus on the people, surround ourselves with the people that we have now and that we can count on now. And last but not least, when you finally work up that courage to let this person go, let these people go, like, don't dwell or be bitter about your decision. You have to be firm. You have to be confident in your decision that you have made. Look at it as a good thing. Look at it as a weight lifted off. Look at it as a burden just gone, something you don't have to deal with or associate with anymore. Like, it's almost, again, I bring it back to my personal life, letting go toxic people and certain people who, just not on the same level. We're not, equally yoked, and that's okay. But I don't think God intended us to have those people around us, because again, you are who you hang around with. And the toxicity, I just couldn't tell myself a lie anymore. I couldn't keep forcing a relationship or a friendship that's just not going to happen. And that's okay. That's okay. People are brought to you for certain lengths or certain waves in your life, and they serve their purpose, and now it's time to go. You can't change everybody. You can't fix everybody. Your job is to pray for them and to hope for the best for them, but your job is also to live your best life that God has intended for you. And you can't be great and bitter. You can't be blessed and bitter at the same time. Like, you just can't. It's okay to be sad and remember the good times and the memories if you want. But honestly, I take it for what it is. I take them for who they are. I don't judge, but I just have to put that protection on. I have to protect my family's sake. Having toxic people around your kids and your family, the devil is real, and the devil will deceive us in that way. He will deceive us in people who we think are our friends, or we think are riding for us, or family, who we think really love us and care about us. And only God can change them. And sometimes you just have to pray for them and just send them on their way. Honestly, again, what purpose are they serving for you in your life? You can't be bitter at how it ended, or what they said, or how they said something, or what they didn't say, or you can't dwell on how it ended. It's nothing to do with you. You did your parts. You made a decision, and you have to be confident once again in that decision that you made the right choice. If you want to let these people back into your life, hey, that's up to you. But I would honestly take a little bit more time to watch them, to make sure they're changing, and they're developing, and they're humbling themselves, and they're not sort of on the same stuff that got them to be cut out in the first place. But honestly, sis, I think you're probably better off. Again, there's 7 billion people in this world who we can meet, who we can associate with. Again, I'm just different. I just look at it different. I'm here for the ones who wants to have a better life, who want to open up new doors, who wants to not block their blessings that God is trying to bless you with. But He's not going to bless you if you have all of this toxicity around you. He's not, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Because then you have, if He blesses you, then you got all these snakes and envious all around you who's takes a second like that for it to be gone or be taken away from it's no, that's not how it works. You have to trust God. You have to show God, okay, I trust you. These people are not in line with you. I noticed that. I've acknowledged that, and now I let them go. I've made space for you, Jesus. I've made room for you, Jesus, and I want you to take care of the rest and go and live a prosperous, peaceful, just centered life that God has always wanted us to have. So again, this video is for the people who are aware, who are alert, and just want to get it done. It is okay to cut these people off, okay? They're not serving us any good. They are blocking our blessings. They're stopping our journey, and that's not how we want our lives to be in the end, okay? So once we get rid of these people, I promise you, you will see a shift in your life. You will see a shift in your happiness and your peace and your joy. You will have it back, and yeah, you'll be able to feel and to pour yourself unto others. So that's all I have for today. I just wanted to put that out there for the ones who's ready, who's not scared, who's confident, who's ready to cut all the negativity out of your life, and yeah, start to manifest all the good things that God has out there for us. All right, thank you for tuning in to another spiritual aspect. That's how I look at things. Hopefully we're kind of on the same page, and hopefully this video was helpful. If you're interested in more videos like this, just give me a big old thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.